Welcome back to the news at 10. Stakeholders in the power sector are appealing for the speedy completion of the 1,000 megawatt Sihobo power plant project located at the outskirts of Benin City for improved power supply in the country. As follows protests by electricity consumers in Benin City, the Edo State capital, over erratic power supply in the state. The Sihobo power plant, conceived in 2004 under the National Integrated Power Project, is 95% complete, but work on the project has been slow the past 10 years.
Benin City has seen several protests over erratic power supply in recent weeks, some of which were peaceful, while others took a violent turn. And as usual, the Benin Electricity Distribution Company has been in the eye of the storm, as the protesters seem to be unaware of the role of the transmission and the generation companies in the power supply chain. But these parties point to the NIPP Ihowo gas-powered 1,000 megawatts power plant project for sustainable power supply for Edo, Ekiti, Ondo and Delta states.
When Ihowo comes on stream, it will reduce the load going to from Oberhill, Aziz to Okada and all that. Then there is another one in Amukbe. When that one also comes on stream, it will also reduce the load going to Delta State. So all those loads that are being diverted to all those outside Benin and environs, you discover that they will now fall back to the city. And the people in the city, the consumer, electricity consumer in the city, we have almost that 24 hours you talked about.
A visit to the power plant showed it standing in all its magnificence without serving any other purpose these years. The project, which according to its website was a fast-track government-funded initiative, was conceived in 2004, and as of 2009, the power plant was already standing. As of 2013, the project was 95% complete, as 3 of the 4 turbines were ready. But power cannot be evacuated into the national grid, as work on the transmission lines has been stalled for years.
Once the Ihowo comes up, and all the lines radiating from the Ihowo stations, you know, we have some 33, some 132, some 330 coming from there. Once that is done, Ubo area problem will be solved. A number of times we'll be traveling, myself and the neighbor will be traveling, and we're looking at those lines and we'll say, when will these lines be completed? If that is done, there are certain things that are within us, some are not within us. If that is done, then what do you call it, Ubo area, another this problem will be solved.
It is hoped that these power plants will attract the desired attention of the federal government for improved power supply in the country and consequently create thousands of jobs for the teeming population of unemployed Nigerians.
8 Nigerians have appeared at the Pretoria Magistrate Court in South Africa in an ongoing extradition inquiry process regarding an extradition request by the United States. A 9th suspect, referred to as accused number 7, died earlier this month while receiving treatment at the Steve Biko Hospital in Pretoria. The 9 men, along with a South African woman, were arrested in May last year, accused of a series of financial misconduct and romantic scams and swindling unsuspecting U.S. citizens. Our correspondent in South Africa, Pt.3, is following this story.
The 8 men came all dressed in black T-shirts, sparing the face of a 9th accused who died this month at the Steve Biko Hospital in Pretoria. Olashupo Debumi, 34, was referred to as accused number 7. Along with one South African woman, they are wanted to stand trial in a U.S. District Court in Mississippi over allegations of fraud. Before the council began their heads of argument, the magistrate Judge Mpatlele turned down an application by the defense counsel for presentation from Nigeria's consular officer, touching on the lack of involvement of the Nigerian High Commission in the ongoing process and extradition treaties involved in this matter. He ruled that the court does not need the assistance of a witness to interpret a treaty.
What the lawyer actually wanted is to know, to get the court to know that the Nigerian government has not been informed about the arrest of its nationals.
We get to successfully confirm the claim by the Nigerian High Commission of not being informed, but the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, DIRCO, granted a recent request by the same officers to visit the accused in custody last week. The question the counsel on both sides are seeking to prove to the court is there sufficient evidence which supports the court to recommend the extradition of the accused to the South African Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development? Representing the state, Advocate L.B. Leonard argued that there is no impediment to their extradition without consulting their home government because their nationality is irrelevant, as South Africa is a sovereign state and the alleged crimes were committed in South Africa. She insisted that the U.S. had provided sufficient evidence, which is a requirement to support the recommendation of extradition. She also recommended that they stay remanded in custody pending the minister's decision. But the defense counsel, Advocate David Masako, disagreed, arguing that the SA-US treaty deals with citizens of both countries and not third-party countries.
Precisely because foreign nationals are regulated in terms of your Immigrations Act. And the crux of our argument stems from this simple premise. In the bail application, the accused were not granted bail precisely because the state argued that they are Nigerian nationals. In the extradition, then they want to claim to have authority over them, despite the fact that they are foreign nationals. That is problematic. It's playing double standards.
The accused have been in custody since May 2014 at the request of the U.S. government following an operation which began in 2011 investigating a series of alleged fraudulent activities, including credit card fraud and romantic scams. These involved a number of U.S. and South African security agencies as well as Interpol. The hearing continues on Tuesday, the 27th of January 2015. Betty Dibia, Channels Television News.
Well, back here in Nigeria, residents and motorists of Ipobaha local government area have renewed their appeal to authorities concerned to take advantage of the current dry season and begin the renovation of the road, which is in bad condition. The residents who spoke to Channels Television in Benin City about the condition of the road said the road, which links the Ramat Benin Auchi Road and Upper Mission Road, has remained a nightmare to them for many years. Meanwhile, the Ipobaha Local Government Authority has assured residents and motorists applying Lucky Way Road of its commitment to making the road more motorable.
This is Lucky Way in the peak of the rainy season. This road in the Ipobaha local government area of Edo State links Upper Mission Road on one end and Ramat Park Benin Auchi Road on the opposite end, with many feeder roads in between. When motorable, this road decongest traffic on the ever-busy Ramat Park Ring Road, near Benin 3rd East Circular routes, as it serves as an alternative for drivers headed in these directions. However, a smooth ride on the road hasn't been the case for many years now, as it has over time become deplorable, with erosion washing away the coal tar and many layers of sand filling. The present state of the side drains make it doubtful that they were ever part of the construction. Thus, year in and out, residents, motorists and business owners groan and see nothing lucky about applying such a deplorable road.
When it rains, you see, we the transporters and both the owners of private vehicles will pack up and, we'll trek down from Ramat Park to our various places.
Every day now they go mechanic. Even now, if you check and this road now even see spoiler, my bottom place don't bust, and I'm going back to mechanic again.
From this place to Ramat Park, just 20 naira. But this time now, because of the road way in it bad, if you not get 15 naira, you not go fit go Ramat Park.
Every day we are paid for 400. I don't know the 400 where the 400 going.
But there were also promises from relevant authorities, a sign that the road and indeed the area was not being overlooked by the state government.
We want to deliver world-class roads But be that as it may, your road is among those already designed. As soon as our finances improve, I'm sure the Caterpillar will come over here and get things done.
And then the rains subsided. Has there been any change or attempts to bring a solution? The Ikpobaha Local Government Council Authority recently embarked on a remedial work on the road in response to the cry of residents.
If you reach that Patricia Junction near that army barrack, go see a very big hole where they dig there. Now there they carry sand they pour. We think say maybe they one face another. So surprisingly, I see the chairman and the interview say they have fixed road in order. And if you consider the condition of the road, the sand where they put now for rainy season, anybody put tire for there, now there you go sink.
Just because of the dust, now I put this one because the inside my lungs. If I bring out cough, it will just stay very reddish because of the dust.
You know, there are many workers in this place, but because of this road that is bad, all of them pack away. All of them pack away. If not because it's my own, I could have packed away.
We decided to put on ground palliative measures by sand filling the area and equally grade. We have started sand filling. You can see the sand, heap of sand. We did that of the upper mission houses. It was not mortuary before. You see that now you can follow it because of the palliative measure we have taken there. But others around the filling station and all that, we are equally putting things on ground to see that the erosion sand that is there have to evacuated before we can do any meaningful, sand filling.
Poor sanitation by residents, with some turning the side roads to dump sites, is seen to have been a contributing factor to the degradation of this road. It is expected that whatever efforts is taken by governments to bring repairs to the road is supported by the people through proper use.
And now to the arts. Photographers capture sights from around Lagos in this exhibition, which shows the level this art form is tilting towards as these images take a more contemporary outlook. Art Review tonight takes a look at what these photo artists bring to this show.
It's been the norm since 2010, a one-of-a-kind project in Nigeria, organized by the African Artist Foundation, AAF, determined to create a space for photo artists to continue to meet to tell the African story loud and clear through pictures. The works take one on a visual journey through the length and breadth of a big, strong and beautiful continent, capturing the people, the places and the practices, showing colorful scenes and thought-provoking emotions, which creates a platform for discussion. This series explores Makoko, a slum community in Lagos sited by the lagoon. In the 18th century, it was just a fishing village, but it grew way beyond that, now as stilts are built on water for shelter. This historic site was to be turned to a prime waterfront. The news didn't go down well with the residents here. The Makoko story has intrigued many photographers who still feel the urge to bring this tale here.
Makoko is maybe where all the photojournalists, Western photojournalists, come to take the beautiful picture of poverty in Africa. And it's a very aesthetical place, and so it's very easy to take the cliche from Africa. And I really wanted to document this place, including the religion, including the beliefs, including the hopes and the fears of the people that live in Makoko. And I decided to use this book that has a lot of content and a lot of references also from the Beninese that normally live in Makoko, because there's a big community with Benin and Voodoo and so on. So just try to describe the place more in an emotional place, in an emotional point of view, than rather, oh, this is beautiful and these people are poor, and then that's what Africa is.
The men behind the lens were set to stage reality and document fiction as contemporary photographers working in Africa that told the line between photography and truth, incorporating conceptual practices and performative strategies that break the norm. As a window to the world, these images stir up emotions by capturing the complex socio and political concerns that define a new Africa in the 21st century.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Nigeria loses to Egypt in the women's team final at the Africa Senior Table Tennis Championships. That's in sports news. Please stay with us.